This is Bill Rhea, Republican candidate for the United States Congress for the 5th Congressional District here in Colorado Springs and environs. This is April 4th, 2018. 50 years ago today, as we all know, Martin Luther King stood on the balcony of Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, and was murdered. Tragically, that killing reflected a great division in our country at that time. Sadly, there is still great division in our time, today, 50 years later, after that killing, and it still is largely around the issue of race. We need leadership in Washington, at the federal level, at the state level, at every level. We need participation of citizens to help solve the problem, and indeed we have a problem. Part of the problem we have has to do with denial. The denial on the part of white people like me who say, I'm not a racist. In fact, I'm probably the least racist person you'll ever know. Really, that may be true on an individual basis. At least we think it is. We tend to think that. We tend to think of ourselves innocent of all manner of things. But the reality is we've got a race problem in this country. And the race problem is not solved by creating greater division in this country. I like to use as an example what could have happened in a better way with the whole situation surrounding Colin Kaepernick and the kneeling during the Pledge of Allegiance. President Trump jumped on that issue and made it an issue about the flag. Now, that's part of the issue, but the way he did that, he created a greater, more intense resentment and division on both sides in this country. And it wasn't productive, it wasn't healing, it wasn't helpful. And my thought at the time that happened was, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a president who could do something like this, call up Colin Kaepernick and say, Colin, why don't you come to the White House and let's discuss your issues. It seems that you've got a legitimate issue that you want brought to the forefront, but let's talk about how we could do that in perhaps a better way that wouldn't offend so many people and wouldn't hurt so many people. Now, I can't imagine that wouldn't have produced something positive. But no, we don't have division. We don't have healing, we have division. And that's very sad to me, and I intend to do something about that. I intend to be a leader for positive dialogue, for healing, especially healing those racial tensions that expressed themselves so grievously 50 years ago today. Thanks for listening. I'm the wild card. Send me to Washington. Washington's not really playing with a full deck these days. Bill Rhea for Congress. Thank you for listening.